Hi, this is Doug with IdahoMMA.com. I'm here with Colton Vaughn with MMA Hardcore. Thanks very much, Colton. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate being here.
Now, Colton, you're a professional mixed martial arts fighter with a record of 5-1. And the last time that we talked with you was right before Rage in the Cage 5, and where you were undefeated after that fight at 4-0. Tell us what happened after that, your next two fights.
Well, after that fight, I got into a league in Utah and ended up getting my first chance against an actual veteran of the sport, someone that has 30-something fights, not really sure. I looked up who he fought, and I researched a lot of videos, and I was like, sweet, I'm going to put down my first veteran, and start making a name for myself. Well, turns out making a 185-pound cut 3 weeks after you've already made a 185-pound cut, and eating the wrong things right after a 185-pound cut taxed my body a little bit too much. And it ended up going down to Salt Lake City due to a couple of my teammates fighting 10 hours before my weigh-in. So I had to weigh in 10 hours before my fight. I fought, didn't have enough time to properly rehydrate. I put the guy down and worked him good for the whole first round. And then I went to my corner and I never really realized what I've done to myself. I took all the energy out of myself. I was sitting in the second round, between the first and second round, talking to Brandon, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, I'm done, I have nothing left. And it's the first time I ever sat there and thought in my head that I can't win this, So I went into the second round, much like a warrior, warriors never back down, and took a beating, 40 seconds later, ended up taking the TKO knockout. And it wasn't like I was knocked out or put out or anything. It's just I had nothing left, and I've never given up before. And actually, my body couldn't go anymore. So it kind of changed my life. I remember giving a speech to Utah, and they said I was a great sportsman. And I went to the locker, and I just kind of laid on my back, and I remember apologizing to my coach and apologizing to Rowdy for failing, and they said I never failed, but to me, I don't have an excuse for not failing, and especially to all my fans out there that believe a lot in me. I want them to see that I can go places and I can do anything at any time. So I took some time to evaluate what happened. Obviously, bad weight cut, some improper training, and getting a little too hot-headed. I'm 21 years old and started believing I was invincible. I'm undefeated. I'm choking people out left and right. I'm knocking people out, getting hit and rocked, but nothing's really putting me away. So I just felt like I was invincible and I could do anything. And obviously, when you don't take care of your body, it'll catch up to you. So kind of recalibrated everything, and then got ready for his brother, Jared Hatch, because they gave me a call about 2 weeks later. And he's like, hey, Jared Hatch wants to fight you, which is the guy that beat me, his brother. And I was like, oh, sweet, you know what I mean? The guy's 6-1. He's still tough, great matchup for me. And straight up, he's a tough dude, Polynesian, strong dude. So I started getting ready for him, getting guys like Talon in here, Gabe in here. Gabe's a real technical guy, and Talon's one of those, he's a technical guy, but he's one of those guys that just brawl it out and throw you the most wild things you can possibly find. And that really helped me get ready for the fight, to see that kind of wild, crazy style, and prepare for a dude that's going to come and give me everything he's got. And finally, we ended up fighting, had a great weight cut this time, did smart, ate the right foods. I mean, I don't think I've ever looked that lean in my entire life. If anybody, you guys that follow me on Facebook, you guys can see some pictures. There's a huge difference in the way my body looks. And ended up fighting Jared Hatch. He was probably the toughest fight I've ever had. That's when I first realized what it's like to fight somebody in their physical prime. He was 24, 25 years old and hit like a ton of bricks every second of that fight. I mean, every single time he hit, I could take a hit, but it was just like, boom, I was like, oh, gosh, and I was giving it back, but no one's ever hit me like that before, and it was just, it kind of shocked me, and for him to be able to take me down and throw me on the mat. I mean, I took a beating that first round. He ended up catching me at the end of that round with about 1 second left. He gave me a flash knockout, dropped me to the mat, and luckily, you know, it was 1 second left. I got saved by the bell, and Doc checked me out. I was good to go, and just kind of sucked it up. Brandon looked at me. He's like, "You need to finish this right now." He's like, "You lost that round. You need to go in there and win." So I came in there, sucked it up, took him, tried to do some attempts, hit him hard. Just wasn't playing any games anymore. Took him down, crucified him, throw some elbows on him for the first time, which, by the way, elbows rock. You know? There ain't nothing better than dropping an elbow in someone's eye 20 times before they pull you off. So, and then getting that victory. And I remember that night, they all wanted to go out and party, and I was just like, man, I don't think I've ever been beat up that bad before. I was like, I'm just gonna eat my chicken and biscuits if I can, because I had a cut in my mouth, my eye was slit open, my body just hurt. He hit me with a couple of elbows in my back that weren't legal, but ate them anyways, and I was just like, I'm ready to rest, you know. And then about a week later, they wanted me to get a rematch against Jared Hatch again, or even Jerome Hatch and Gabe to fight, so that we'd be fighting the Hatch twins from the hardcore studs, you know. So potentially that could be in my future. We'll see about that. But for now, I have Jake Hewen, who just fought in the TUF 17, John Jones, Chow Sonnen Ultimate Fighter. And he was one of the first fights. You know, he came out really hard, and it was exciting to watch him. You know, it's a guy you're going to fight in 2 weeks. It was his last fight, and he's on the big show, the Ultimate Fighter. So unfortunately, he lost for him, you know. And fortunately for me, he was on that televised show, so I know he's going to take it to me. And I've been getting prepared, doing whole new training regimens. I've been swimming a whole lot more. I've found out swimming gets my cardio and muscular endurance a lot stronger. And I've stayed away from a lot of the weights because there's a lot of slow twitch being involved when you're pushing bench and squat and all that stuff. But I've really been pushing a new kind of training format, which is gymnastics.
Yeah.
And I can't stress enough how incredibly draining it is on your whole body to do gymnastics. So if you guys want a tough workout, gymnastics is the way to go. I'm not the best, so I can give you some pointers, but one of these days you guys are going to come to Idaho Athletic in Nampa, and you guys are going to see me doing upside down push-ups on the rings and flipping myself through all these different funny things, and you guys are going to be like, dude, I want to do that too, you know. So yeah, that's what I've pretty much been up to, is just working myself like an animal in the swimming pool, playing with some gymnastics rings, and getting beat up every single day by my training partners. We bring new people in here every single day. I've been trying to get with Jason Flynn a little bit more, and I have Big Sledge still. He's always been my training partner. Comes in here and all he wants to do is knock me out. Can't do it yet, so we'll see if he gets better, but he's been knocking me around pretty good. And then I got Talon and Gabe, of course, still, and Josh McBride, so things are looking up for me. As opposed to all my partners are mimicking Jake Hewen's style. He's gonna come after me, so I'm just ready for that, you know.
Yeah.
I got a game plan for it, and I'm not gonna expose it, but when you guys see it, you guys will be like, all right, that was pretty sweet. So
now, when is that fight?
February 8th.
Okay, so it's like a couple weeks away.
Right around the corner.
So you're probably right on weight.
Yep.
You know, right where you want to be, because you've already done a couple of successful weight cuts. What's going on in your training right now at this point? I mean, is it still hard? Is it still hardcore?
Yeah, it's still hardcore. Today, I mean, I'll just give you a basic example of what I was put through today. I did sparring for 5 minutes just to warm up, and then 5 minutes hitting mitts really hard, like fast-paced hitting mitts. I mean, you're exhausted already, 5 minutes hitting mitts. And then right after I blow my lungs out with some mitts, I'll have a couple of my guys, and all they do is attack, punching me as hard as they possibly can, throwing kicks, throwing knees, throwing elbows, throwing punches. And my job is to solely get away, dodge, check kicks, block, and just move, because that's what this guy's going to do. Jake Hewen comes out like a horse, and he hits, punches, kicks, knees, bites. I mean, anything he can do to hurt you, Jake Hewen is going to do. So I got, like I said, just draining my body and getting practice partner to practice partner to practice partner just to punch me and kick me and hit me so that I'm used to that pressure. That way when Jake Hewen comes against me, I'm ready for it. So that was pretty much my practice today. I'm pretty sore from it, so I just thought I'd share that one. So
well, not only you do the practice, every single day, but you're also a personal trainer.
Yes.
So tell us how that goes hand in hand with fighting.
Well, I got a lot of different ages. I got a couple of guys that are in high school and a couple of guys that are in elementary school. And with the personal training, a lot of the guys are coming to me for some wrestling advice and like some jiu-jitsu stuff. So that's cool. It's right up my alley. I love the ground. I love taking people down and I love punishing them. So for me, even working with the smaller guys, I take great pride in building somebody from knowing just a few little things to all of a sudden this guy can go against anybody and he's a straight up stud. He has a chance to win anytime he steps on the mat. You know what I mean? So I take great pride in it, and not only is it good for in here, but it helps me get my technique better because I can break down how so not only am I helping people out, but I'm helping myself out because I'm breaking down how to do a double leg a million different times. I'm breaking down how to do that Kimura, how to do that omoplata, how to hit that arm bar, that bicep crusher, and it's really all rewarding to me. I get not sure how to say it, but I get rewarded in my heart to see these guys develop, and they come to me and they talk to me about anything they have on their mind, and they're like, Colton, I just won my wrestling match. I mean, I got little Drew, he called me up, he was getting beat. He's a 12-year-old kid, and he finally called me up one day, and I was just like, got done with practice, like, I got a voicemail, I listened to it, and he's like, Colton, I just want to let you know that I won my first wrestling match. And I mean, you could just tell the excitement in his voice, and I was just, I called up Brandon, I was like, dude, that little Drew is so happy, and it kind of brought a little bit of a tear to my eye to see that someone that wasn't a wrestler at all of a sudden, he's starting to win, started going to his matches, and he's beating up these kids, and you just see he's so happy. So for that, it makes me feel good. So I love training people. I love, even at the gym at AAC, there'll be people there, and I'll go over and talk to them, like, hey, how about you guys try this? And I do it so much in the gym every day that I know how to approach that. So people just take it in, and they're so thankful that someone that is maybe a stud MMA fighter or some stud athlete is taking their time to make everybody else better. And to me, there's not no stud athlete, there's not no stud MMA fighter. I'm just like everybody else. I've just been gifted with the present to be able to beat people up. So, I love personal training.
Well, that's great. Colton, I wish you were fighting here in Idaho.
Yeah, me too.
And I mean, going to Salt Lake on February 8th, the best of luck to you. This guy that you're fighting, I'm going to go back and rewatch the Tough 17 last night and check this guy out. I remember watching him, and I can't wait for you to have that fight, and because that's just going to put you again back up there on the map again.
Oh yeah. I'm already on the map.
I know.
He's going to launch me. So.
Yeah, Jerome Hatch. I mean, there's a named fighter.
Yeah,
Jerome
exactly.
Hatch. Okay. And this guy, again, a named fighter. So congratulations on that. We'll be back in touch with you after that. And hopefully it'll be positive.
It'll be positive.
All right. Well, good job, and thank you for again sharing some time with us, and good luck on the 8th.
Okay, I just want to take a second. Thank you, Big Sledge, for helping me out on my journey. Thank you, Samantha Swingle, for helping me out also. I love you to death, baby. And thank you, Tiger 2, for gearing me out for my fight. And hopefully you guys will like what you see.
Right on.